What's going on, everybody? Coming to you, bringing another episode. This time we checking out the Lakers are choosing to quit on Redick. So what does that mean? They choosing LeBron over JJ? I don't know, but we about to find out. And don't mind my hair. I'm in the process of taking it down, so y'all just watch the video.
Well, the LA Lakers were in action last night. They got dominated by the Phoenix Suns by a whopping score of 132 to 108. It was the LA Lakers, only their first back-to-back loss of the season. More on that in a moment. They, of course, were without Luka Doncic tonight, dealing with that leg contusion, which deactivated him for the second half of their last game. A bit of good news on the injury front for LA, though. They did get Austin Reeves back from his calf strain, and while he looked pretty good in only 21 minutes off of the bench, had 17 points. And of course, the LA Lakers had the GOAT, allegedly LeBron James, who had 23 points in only 25 minutes, though he did register a minus 18 on the night. But look, that wasn't even close to the worst plus-minus figure on this team because, well, the LA Lakers defense got absolutely destroyed last night. They gave up 58.8% shooting to the Phoenix Suns and 59% shooting. A nearly 60% game from the Suns is wild as hell. The Suns, who came into the night just 17th on the season in shooting percentage, averaging 46.8% for the year. And after the game, predictably, JJ wasn't pleased.
They scored on the first 13 possessions of the second half.
Yes, come on. JJ didn't give up his cushy...
So at this point, who's I don't know. Of course, the team as a whole is responsible for winning, right? Suns just play better ball, from the players, I guess, wanting it more, to the coaches being able to translate that or be able to guide that into, a winning game or whatnot, or whatever the case is. But I ain't really watched the game, so I don't know what's really going on.
Job as a wine-sipping podcast co-host for this kind of defense. He was testy in the post-game presser.
They had about a 140 offensive rating. They had a 1.43 offensive rating when they touched the paint. So they touched the paint on every possession, basically. We couldn't keep them out of the paint.
JJ pointed out that, well, just nothing seemed to be working for them last night.
You get exploited, and I think we've had some games where we did things well, but I think the theme with our team again is like these young teams that move. We just can't move, so it's like we're stuck in mud.
Yeah, because young people keep getting hurt, and you just left with LeBron, who really just needs to retire at this point. But ain't no telling for real if he is or if he ain't. It ain't no telling if he should. It's no telling if he will. So that's what I mean. Ain't no telling.
Zone didn't work, and then we went to a 15 in the second half, 1 through 5 switching. That didn't work. So at that point, you're out of options.
Though, again, cup half full here. It was the first time the Lakers have lost back-to-back games all season, which is an emphasis on how good Luka Doncic has been, how generational this carry job by him has been, him averaging 35 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists roughly per game. And of course, these last two games, these back-to-back losses, only featured one hobbled half from him. Ultimately, though, it just comes down to choices.
You can make the second effort, or you can sprint back, or you can't. It's just a choice, and there's a million choices in a game, and you're very likely not going to make every choice correctly. But can you make the vast majority of them correctly? That gives you a chance to win.
And defense is a choice. Playing hard is a choice.
It's the hard choice, and it's not the easy choice. It's human nature. We all do it. We do it on a daily basis. We make easy choices because it's It's comfortable.
You
Comfortable doesn't win.
But JJ, unfortunately, just doesn't think that this team has enough of those players willing to make those difficult choices.
does this group have enough as currently constructed of guys who just like play that way? And
No.
Yes, as I said, JJ was on one in this presser. LeBron, though, just thought that the defense wasn't really clicking last night.
The offense was clicking, our defense wasn't.
So I mean, I understand what he's saying, but again, if you want to lead a team, leading a team, and me and my girl talk about this when it comes to, because managing people, it don't matter who it is. It don't matter if you're managing people in the factory, managing people in your workplace, managing people in at a school, politics, whatever the case is. Even on the basketball court, football field, whatever the case is, managing people is managing people. And the way to manage people is not to sit there and, in a sense, shame them. You're not a dictator. You feel me? If you have a vision and people have, and somebody has appointed you as the leader, then it's your duty to lead. But leading from power and leading from humanity is two different things. And not being able to really understand or realize the effect that talking about the people that you're supposed to be leading can have can be detrimental to not only yourself as an individual, but to the whole team. Because if you sit here talking about you don't think that these people are, they don't have that grit or whatever, you're not pulling that grit out of them. You know, you're not driving them to see things the way that you see it. You're talking about everything is a decision. What about your decisions, sir? Mr. JJ Redick? What about your decisions? Your decision to, cut off certain people just because you don't believe that they're capable anymore. When, as a leader, you should be, as a good leader at least, if you are a good leader, you should be able to translate what you want and the goal that should be for the team to the team. Now, I understand, you get people on the squad that doesn't have that mindset already. I understand that. But it's also, in a sense, also your responsibility to do the best you can to cultivate that mindset. But one thing you can't do in attempting to cultivate that mindset is sit here and talk bad about the people who matter. You feel me? You're not on the court. You can't take every shot. So you have to be able to coach, to lead, to guide those people to do it. Now, I understand, he's a grown man. You can't tell no grown man what to do. Fair. But you're not telling him what to do. You're mentoring them. I ain't even going to say mentoring, because mentoring still sounds like, you're talking to a child. And ain't none of these people on this court. Some of them are. Some of them are just young. So, but still. And some of them just don't have that passion. But you don't have to have the passion to be great. You don't have to just be born or come in with that mindset of, I want to be the greatest, blah, 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 blah. Nah, you can just want to be good enough. But what does good enough mean? And as a coach, you should be able to define what's good enough, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, and so on and so forth. And that doesn't mean just discipline your players. Like I said, they ain't no little kid or nothing. But push them. Push them to be better. Push them to be better than what they are, on and off the court. Like, if you want to do things with a sense of pride, don't just walk out of here, oh, look, we scored 100 points. Scoring 100 points in an NBA game is normal now. So don't be... You made it to the NBA because you're more than normal. So don't come to the NBA trying to be normal. Be great. Be spectacular. Be the best you can be. And if you don't want to be the best you can be, then don't get upset if somebody that's showing more heart, showing more capability, showing more effort to come in and, take your spot. Because honestly, it's not your spot. The spot belongs to the person that earns it. The spot belongs to the person that works for it. So you can't be upset that somebody that worked harder than you is coming in to now control that position. Now, if you didn't want it to happen, your choice is to work harder. And as JJ Redick, his job is to be able to push people to work harder, push people to do better, push people to be better. But if he don't want to do that, then by all means, I ain't sitting here telling you how to coach your team, but the way a team performs isn't solely on the team. Sometimes it's a reflection of the coaching staff. And sometimes it sucks because as a coach, I'm not responsible for everything, but you're the leader. And as the leader, you're automatically responsible for everything. So, it is what it is until it ain't. But something's got to change. Either the way that he's coaching got to change, or the players. But either way, something's going to change. And it's either JJ take control of the situation and control and change what he can control while he can, or don't. So, but
that's literally what it was.
But again, in fairness to the Lakers, they were without Luka Doncic, who is currently sitting at third in predictive MVP finish this year, behind only Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Nikola Jokic. And the Lakers overall have been dealing with a lot of injuries this season. Luka Doncic has missed 7 games to date of their 28. Austin Reeves has missed 6 of their 28 games. And of course, LeBron James has missed 16 games, those all to start the year though. And the Lakers were looking pretty good in those first 16 games without the King. And if the Lakers can get some semblance of health moving forward this year, they likely will win, 55 plus games this season, likely have a shot at that top 4 seed and home court advantage in the first round of the NBA playoffs. But probably because, again, of this lackluster, lousy defense, they will be looking at probably yet another first-round exit.
Oh, well, that was a quick video. Thought it was going to be a little longer than that. And I didn't have it on full screen the entire time. But that's okay. Anyway, if y'all like to see more, please like, subscribe, comment down below. But until next time, peace from the east to the west.